All right, so it's almost 7 o'clock my time, and I'm starting my playoff previews. So I'm starting with Toronto and Washington, and I'm wearing my Toronto jersey because I want Leafs fans to like me. Nah, I'm wearing it because it's a weird series, isn't it? So the Leafs wanted Ottawa. I think Ottawa wanted the Leafs too. I think Battle of Alberta or Battle of Ontario is what everybody wanted, like the Battle of Alberta out west. And now instead, Toronto switches over, and they got to play the Metro Division. So if they survive this round, their reward is playing either Pittsburgh or Columbus. Yeah. Now, I don't think this series is as one-sided as people are saying. Now, you look through recent results. This season, they played 3 times. The Maple Leafs won 4-2 on November 26th. On January 3rd, the Capitals won 6-5 in overtime. And then on the 4th this month, the Capitals won 4-1. I really don't think it's that one-sided. I don't. And I'll tell you why. So you got Braden Holtby on the one end. Fantastic goaltender. Top 2 for Vezina. You have Freddie Anderson at the other end. All indications are he's going to start this series. I still like Freddie Anderson. I think he's a good goaltender. Of course, I've been watching Anaheim games, and I think Bernier is a good goaltender. And, I've started to ask myself the question, are Toronto Maple Leafs fans hard on their goaltenders the same as Vancouver, or is it just a Canadian trait? Look through all the Canadian franchises and find one that's not hard on their goaltenders. You could argue Ottawa. So then it becomes a matter of, and I know Montreal's got Carey Price and they're not hard on them now, but they were. So is it a matter of Canadian GMs don't get very good goaltenders, or Canadians just expecting too much from goaltenders? So there you go. There's the question for this video. But in goal, yes, the Capitals get the edge. On the blue line, oh, the Capitals get the edge. Oh, this one's kind of a runaway. At forward, I don't know. You got Ovechkin. You've got a lot of really solid players. Backstrom had a career season this year. Kuznetsov picked it up after a slow start. Fantastic year for him. All Williams does is score in the playoffs. So there's a good franchise, but there's just something about these Leafs. There's just something about a team with 8 rookies. There's something about a team with that many 20-goal scorers who are rookies. They either get wiped out in the playoffs or they show up. So my pick is Washington in 6. Now, I sat in the van today and I asked Yvonne blindly. She didn't know my answers. And she thinks Toronto in 7. And she's watched a lot of hockey with me this year. And she smirked and admitted it's wishful thinking, but she said Toronto in 7. The key to this series is going to be Game 1. If the Leafs can make it close, if Washington has to rely on overtime to win it, or Toronto outright wins the game, we have a series. If Washington wins this game going away and it's 5-1, something along those lines, it may be quick. But one of the wonderful things, if you're a Maple Leafs fan, one thing you can carry into this playoff is they're unpredictable. These guys haven't been there before. We kind of know what to expect from a majority of the guys in the Washington lineup. And for the most part, it is almost the same team that has failed for Washington before. Washington is in that weird spot here. They're a contender. They've won the President's Trophy. They've done everything in the regular season they can do. But it's up here. Mentally. Can we do it? Is this going to be another one of those years? Players would never admit it publicly, and who can blame them? But it has to be in there. When the Capitals lost last year in the playoffs, Ovechkin seemed to take it personally. It was very hard for him. And I had my doubt that he would be bringing his A game right from the start this year. He just seemed very... Well, I mean, look at Ovechkin's career. When he's talking about going to the Olympics, the graphic they put on the bottom is he's played in the Olympics 3 times, no medals. On any stage where Ovechkin and Crosby have been together, Crosby has shone, and Ovechkin has not, except in the regular season. And that's not straight on one-on-one play. And it's not Ovechkin's fault. Again, the Capitals are a very good team from top to bottom. But it weighs on him. The Leafs have to win in Washington and make it weigh on him just a little bit more. See, I don't buy that the Leafs are also Rans and that they're going to get wiped out. I don't buy it. And I've heard it. I heard it today at work a couple of times. Oh, the Leafs are going to be out in 4. I don't think so. With the energy that's going to be in the ACC when they come home, they'll win one of those games. They may win both of them. They may win game 3 and 4. The key is to win game 1 or keep it close. And there have been teams in the past that have been very good and not able to quite get there. Remember in the 80s, the Minnesota North Stars. Good, really good team, just couldn't get over that hump. The St. Louis Blues were just a really good team for a really long time and just couldn't quite get over that hump. And the Capitals in the 80s, good team, couldn't get over that hump. The Rangers had plenty of seasons where they looked like they had that potential, and then the 1940 chant would start as they were being eliminated. The Capitals need to avoid that fate again. I don't believe in curses or luck. I think that a good GM, a good team, I think you win. I think the Boston Red Sox proved that when they won a World Series in the early 2000s, and I haven't heard anything about a curse for the Red Sox since. So it would be easy for me to say, well, Capitals, they're cursed. No. Iffy management decisions, teams that had a flaw here and there that a GM couldn't fix. This team doesn't seem to have flaws, and I mean the Capitals. So the Leafs have to get into their psyche. Maybe send out Matt Martin, have a couple of disturbing kind of shifts. Maybe have Brian Boyle get out of their skin. Maybe have Roman Polak just hit him just a little bit harder than usual. Don't hit Ovechkin, though. Don't wake him up. He can make it a quick series if he's angry. It's a tough series. It's a tough call. I want you guys to tell me who you're taking and in how many games. And again, I'm taking Washington in 6. Yvonne's taking Toronto in 7. We could both be completely wrong. We could be right. But either way, I really don't see this series as a sweep, and I don't see it as being as lopsided as a lot of people do. Because until Washington gets out of that second round, until Washington proves they can win everything, they haven't won anything. And this can become just another one of those years. And it's up to them. And while the team doesn't revolve around Ovechkin, they need Ovechkin. They need Holtby. They need Williams. And I think it's really important that Shattenkirk shows that he really is a key guy that a team's going to want as a free agent. If those 4 guys all come to play and they're all at the top of their game, Toronto can't stop them. But if any one of those 4 falters, the Leafs have a chance. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And I've still got a lot more videos to do, don't I? Yes, I do.